right. It says we're live. Let me check on my phone here unless somebody can verify in the comments that we are indeed live. Yep, we are live. Okay. Man, I don't know where you are, but here in Dallas-Fort Worth, it is raining. It took me about 50% longer to get home from work this evening just because of the rain. But we really need it, so I'm very happy to have it. Very happy about it. Hey, Lisa, are you back home yet or are you gone again? I am, it's a week from Monday that I have my surgery, so my life is very weird right now. I am trying just to get everything done. Oh, home for a while. Okay, that's good. Are you having Thanksgiving at home? I think you are, right? Yeah. Anyway, trying to get everything done, and it's very odd that I have like I'm just shutting down projects left and right, and I'm not starting up new ones, which normally I like to be busy, and it's just very weird. I said to my husband the other day, because I'm kind of clearing the decks so that I don't have any pressure on me after my surgery. And I said to Philip the other day, I said, is this what most people feel like when they're going on vacation? He laughed, but I don't know. Oh, that's right. Both grandmas. Woo-hoo. It'll be fine. They're both nice ladies. As soon as we get a few people on here, I have a question I need to ask y'all, and it has to do with lip balm. I made some lip balm this morning, and I need to put the labels on it. And I'm changing the labels, and I need to get y'all's opinion on that. I already got Ruthie's opinion before she left, and now I need to get y'all's opinion. So, yeah. Tomorrow morning, Philip has a medical thing that he has to be in Plano at 6 o'clock. So as soon as we're done here, I am headed to bed because we have to get up at like 4:30 or something, which is okay for working out, but to get up at 4:30 and have to be presentable to leave the house for the day, that's pretty intense. I sat down and made a list earlier about, okay, this is what happens Friday. This is what happens Saturday. This is what happens Sunday, blah, blah, blah. Because like none of my time feels normal right now. So nothing feels routine. Like even this week, today's Thursday. Normally I'm off Wednesday. Sherry dissed my lip balm. What is up with that? Sherry, are you on here? You better explain yourself. Anyway, normally I'm off on Wednesday, but I wasn't off on Wednesday yesterday because our office manager is down in Mexico at Dominican Republic at an incentive trip. And so not even my week feels normal. And then also Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to be in Alabama for a funeral. And then we get home Wednesday, and that's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And then it's Thanksgiving weekend. And I just, it's just nothing feels normal. Nothing feels right. So I'm making a list. One of the things I've been working on is that can you hear the dishwasher? I don't know. Maybe you can. Is all of my 2026 in-person classes are loaded on Eventbrite. So you can get to them from my website, nonsensefarm.com. And here are my classes that we're doing in 2026. All right, so we're going to do 3 sourdough classes. One's on May 2nd, another on July 11th, and another on October 17th. We're going to do 3 pasta classes where you can learn how to make fresh pasta. And those are going to be on March 28th, September 12th, and August 1st. I'm going to do 1 jelly class, and that's on August 29th. I'm going to do a seed starting class on February 21st. I'll still be in a boot then. hopefully I'll be able to stand up in a boot and I won't be teaching it from a knee cart. Gardening 101 class will be on March 7th, and Gardening 201 will be on June 20th. So those are all the in-person classes that I'm doing in 2026, and you can get to those at nonsensefarm.com and click on events. It'll take you to Eventbrite, and that's where you can buy your tickets. So that's cool. So let's go ahead and get started on the lip balm situation. So I need to ask your opinion. So the original labels that I had on the lip balm were ordered from Avery, like Avery printed them. And that was great, but they were really expensive. I had ordered a bunch of them, so it lasted me like for 4 years. So anyway, I finally ran out of those. And so now I bought printable ones. And these are the two different labels that I have looked at. One, it says beeswax lip balm, and one is just the logo. And let me show you what it looks like on the tube. So this is the one that's just the logo. I have such a pretty logo, don't you think? And then this is the one with a smaller logo. Let me stick that down a little bit. The smaller logo and the words beeswax lip balm. So in the comments, tell me what you think. Do you think the bigger logo or the smaller logo? Because I have 4 more pages of blank labels in the printer, and whichever one everyone likes, I'm going to print those and I'm going to put the labels on them tonight while we're talking. You like the big? Okay. I'll tell you before Ruthie left, you like the smaller one? Yeah, Ruthie voted for the smaller one also. She felt like it was important to have the words beeswax lip balm on there. Also, one thing about this batch of lip balm, normally I buy the lip balm, not the lip balm, I buy the beeswax because I never get my beeswax like clean enough to actually use in products. I just get it kind of clean. And by clean, I don't mean like tainted or anything. I just mean it has debris from the beehive in it. That's all right, Shannon. And so normally I have bought the beeswax. Well, this year I had so much beeswax, so much honey, so much capping. So I had a lot of capping wax, and that is pretty clean to start with. And so I was able to, I have really clean, beautiful wax. And so this batch of lip balm has Nonsense Farm beeswax in it. So again, what we're voting on is this is the label with a smaller logo and the words beeswax lip balm, or just having the bigger logo. And that's all. All right, what do y'all think? The bigger logo or the smaller logo? And whichever one we like, I will print them and I will start labeling them right now. As a matter of fact, I can go ahead and start lidding them up right now. Yeah, it is good that it says beeswax, right? Kind of helps you know what you're getting. Small labeling. Yeah. Smaller one. All right. That seems to be everyone's or most people's preferences, not everyone. So hold on. Let me go. I'm going to print 4 copies. There we go. Sending that to the printer. And while it's printing, I will do the labels. So I made this lip balm this morning, and what is in it is coconut oil, almond oil, castor oil, lanolin, beeswax, and vitamin E oil. And then I put a little bit of peppermint essential oil in there just to make it a little pepperminty. Not overwhelmingly so, just a little bit. Anyway, and so I made that this morning. All you do is you measure it all out, and then you melt it all together. And then this handy little thing, you snap all the tubes in it, and then you pour it on there and then level it off. Yes, well, as you can see, I have 50 tubes right here, and everything is 20% off. The whole farm store is 20% off, including honey. The only thing that isn't is eggs. Everything else is 20% off with code surgery20 until November 29th. So now is the time if you ever wanted more honey or anything else. But see, that's part of the beeswax. That's my beeswax. And then here's what the lip balm looks like after you pour it in there, and then you're just waiting on it to cool off. So the last big thing I need to get done at the farm is I need to move the chickens, which I knew this front was coming through. And so I was waiting for the rain to come because it's a lot easier to move them. It's a lot easier to put the electric fence back up if it has rained because you can put the stakes into the ground easier. So I was waiting for this front to go through. And then on Saturday, I will move the chickens and whatnot. And then Sunday morning, like I said, we're going to Alabama for a funeral. Won't be back till Tuesday. And then got to pull off, hey, PB, have to pull off Thanksgiving dinner and whatnot. So what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? Hey, Sherry, your sister said that you were dissing my lip balm. What's up with that? Now she's thinking she's going to kill Lisa. But anyway, what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? We are having Thanksgiving here at home, and my sister, nothing is sacred. My sister and brother-in-law are coming here for Thanksgiving because then my brother-in-law will go home and my sister-in-law will stay here to take care of me for 2 weeks after my surgery because I have the best sisters ever. And so she'll be here to take care of me through the worst of it. So I'll be non-weight bearing. So I'll be one-legged for 6 weeks. And then I will be, and also I will be unable to drive for about 10 weeks. I have to be walking in a shoe before I can drive. So I'm really not looking forward to that. Oh, that's very nice. Hosting Thanksgiving on Friday. We're having Christmas on January 3rd for a similar reason. My son can't come to Dallas because of his work schedule on Christmas Day. So we're going to have it on January 3rd. Yes, well, I will agree that between us, we have the best sisters. How about that? My sisters went to, there's a museum. Kim, you want to chime in where it was? Down in South Texas. There's a part down on the Texas coast where a lot of our ancestry hails from. And so they both live not far from there. So they went there today to look. Wallaceville, Texas. Yeah. A museum in Wallaceville, Texas. Our mother was our grandmother, and then our mother were both very into genealogy. And so now my sister has continued that tradition. And my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, was a member of DAR. So then I was a legacy under her and got in DAR, and then also were members in the Daughters of the Republic of Texas. Hey, Johnny. Lisa, that's one thing I can say. I have a great brother. I don't think you have a brother. Oh, that's all right. You can be late. Anyway, and we also had our mother recognized posthumously as a Daughter of the Republic of Texas. DAR doesn't allow you to recognize someone posthumously, but DRT does. So we did that. And in fact, there's a medallion from the Daughters of the Republic of Texas that you get when you recognize someone posthumously, because you can have it mounted on their gravestone. And we need to do that. We have it, and we need to get that done. Maybe I'm just going to have to drive up to Denison and just go do it myself and be done with it. But we need to get that done. Hey, Hey, Brenda. Not only do I have great sisters, but I also have great sisters-in-law. And Brenda gets an extra special gold star because she puts up with my brother. I don't know how or why, but she does it. So I mentioned to Lisa that about the Surgery 20 promo code. Everything in the farm shop is 20% off. That's this lip balm that is great, Sherry. And I do have more than one sister-in-law. Philip has a sister. Anyway, everything in the shop is 20% off. Everything except eggs. So honey, I have never put honey on sale before. All the honey, 20% off. I have blackberry jam, which has been going like hotcakes, 20% off. This is smoked honey. I smoked it on the smoker out back there. We have cinnamon infused honey. This went for like 6 weeks with organic cinnamon sticks in it. Then we have fermented honey with garlic, which is very healthful. Shut up, Johnny. This is real life over here. And besides, turn on the camera for your kitchen. Let's see. Do you see that? Do you see that? That is some cuttings I took off of my blackberry plants, and I'm rooting them for Kim because she wants to grow blackberries. So see, I'm a good person. And then that is the subscription box for the oranges that I got from Georgia. So anyway, and then that is the tank that has probably a good 15 gallons of honey still in it. It is not pot. Good grief. I know. Somebody that's on here just bought regular honey for all of her neighbors because she knows that she's not going to have time with her work schedule to make neighbor gifts that she normally makes. And then this is tallow balm with castor oil. There's no wax in it. Anyway, that's I actually just had a reel do really well where I was explaining the benefits of tallow on your face. Anyway, so there's tallow balm. Also, I've never put that on sale. And then this is charcoal soap. It's coconut oil and activated charcoal. And I thought it would be a good prank if you need to put coal in somebody's stocking. You could get them this soap. See, isn't that funny? So yeah, there's that. And I didn't have very many lip balms. And then I forgot that I had it set to where people can back order. And so somebody put in a big order. So I was like, well, I got to make more lip balm. So now I have lots of lip balm because I make them in batches of 50. So here they are. Yeah. So I had a goal when I decided to go ahead and have a sale, and I'm very close to getting it. So that's good. Hey, those of you that are local, have you ever been over to the, let's see, what's it called? Wiley Urban Farm and Market. Have y'all ever been to that? Wiley Urban Farm and Market. It's over by the back 40. Yeah, I like it too, Lisa. Anyway, I am going to ask if you have never been over there that you should go visit and pick up some things. It's a really cool business. They carry just things from all sorts of different local producers, but it has normal hours like a store. It isn't just like a farmer's market that's open on the weekend. Like they're open, just normal hours. In fact, let me go to their website and tell you their hours. They're closed on Monday, but they're open all the other days. They're open 12 to 6, Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday is 8 to 8, Friday 8 to 8, Saturday 8 to 8, and Sunday is 10 to 5. So they have good long hours. And for instance, they just bought about half of my sweet potatoes. They came yesterday and picked them up because they're selling them in their market. So it's not like I'm consigning them, like they purchased them from me and they're selling them in their market. So it's, local produce, local producers. There's a lady in my neighborhood that sells sourdough, and she sells a bunch of stuff there. There's a lady that I've been talking to that sells a lot of medicinal herbal products. And I just gave her some yarrow and some mullein from Nonsense Farm. Anyway, she sells it. She sells her products there. So anyway, if you're over on that side of Wiley or just want to go to a unique place, that would be a good place to just go check it out. And I understand he's got like community space. I'm going to talk to him more about it, but I'm wondering if, I wonder how it would go over if he had space, like you could go have your baby shower there, or you could go have your, whatever, like not kids' birthday parties, because that's a whole other thing. You need to have like some infrastructure for that. But if you had like a space to have events, he was talking about weddings, but there's a lot of infrastructure you need for a wedding. But it really is a really pretty, it's a really pretty facility, and it's a really neat place. So maybe we should make a ladies' day of it. What do you think? We should all just go over there. So that would be fun. All right, let's see what else we have going on. Oh, another local business, and I think a lot of y'all already know about this, but Advanced Chirosport right over here in Murphy, they do such a good job. My hip was really, yeah. Does it have a clean kitchen, Lisa? Johnny wants to know. Why is time running out? Oh, time is running out before my surgery. My surgery is a week from Monday. You missed the beginning. What am I chopping? What am I chopping? Am I chopping something? I'm not chopping anything. I'm putting lids on the wonderful lip balm. And then I'll be putting the labels on it. Oh, it's the lid going on the excellent lip balm. Anyway, they've been working on my hip, my lower back. The rheumatologist said I have, what was the word he used? Not extreme, but advanced or something. Anyway, icky osteoarthritis in my lower back. And so I've been going to Advanced Chirosport once a week, and they've really been doing a good job. I'm heavily in support of them. Yeah. In fact, this morning I woke up in enough time to go to Orange Theory, and then I picked up the app to make sure there was space in the class. And I saw that it was a 500-meter benchmark row today, and I was like, I'm not going. So then I have my morning. I go to Advanced Chirosport, and who's there but the head coach from OTF? I'm like, sorry, coach, I did not go today. But my membership is about to be frozen for 3 months because I, can't go while I'm on one foot. They frown on that. So I have decided that I am going to do tomatoes differently this 2026 season. This past year, I grew a ton of tomatoes, like a ton. Some of you who live here remember I would harvest like 40 pounds of tomatoes every single time I would go out there. It's crazy. And then I just finished canning all of the sauce tomatoes. It was just crazy. So for one thing, I'm going to grow less of them because I've always just done tomato cages, but this year I'm going to do where I put a T-post in on each side of the bed. And then I'm going to put a PVC like pipe fitting, a T at the top of the T-post. And then I'm going to put conduit, like metal conduit in between so that there'll be a structure on the bed. And then I'm going to trellis the tomatoes up onto the structure. Because several things. One, I think it makes you able to like prune the tomatoes more, which I've never done, but I want to learn how to do. So that's another reason I'm going to have less tomato plants, because I'm going to mess with pruning them. And it's less intimidating if you have like 6 plants as opposed to if you have 20. And then, so the pruning and also the trellising, because the tomato cages at the end of the season, when the tomato plants have grown up in the middle of them and then out the top and it's like falling over, and the stem at the bottom of the tomato plant is like this big and you can't pull it out. It's just a lot of work to clean up those tomato plants at the end of the season. So anyway, that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to grow a whole lot less tomatoes because I have plenty of canned tomatoes from this year. So I'm going to take a year to be able to slow down and like learn some things about tomatoes that I don't know now. So maybe we'll talk more about that next year. But I definitely want to grow the Costoluto tomatoes that I grew this year, the slicing tomatoes, because they did so well. They're so pretty. So yeah. So do any of y'all garden? Like, when do you start thinking about gardens? Because I think people don't start thinking about gardens until way too late, at least here. Because you need to start thinking about like tomatoes at least by February here. And I think a lot of people just don't even think about it until, that first really nice warm day, like in March or maybe April. That's the first day that Lowe's is crowded, No, I think she's talking about cleaning up her tomato plants. I just cleaned up my last one on Monday, so don't worry about it too much. And I might not have done that, except that I had to, like I've got to get all the beds ready so I can be ready not to be able to walk or anything. Oh, is it really? Our last frost date is in March. So yeah, it does matter where you are for sure. But yeah, we there was a frost already out at the farm. We haven't had a frost here in Murphy yet, but there was a frost that killed stuff out at the farm. So that was another reason I went ahead and pulled it out. Well, and that was more excellent lip balm falling over. All right. Well, as I said at the beginning of this live, I have to have Philip in Plano tomorrow morning at 6:00 for a medical thing. So what do you say we all turn in early tonight? Does that sound good? Yeah, I think so too. All right. Now remember, promo code surgery20. Get all your gifts. It's only valid until November 29th because I need a couple of days to get everything shipped out before I am one-legged. And yeah, so nonsensefarm.com/shop surgery20. And there we go. And I will see you next Thursday. Will I? It's Thanksgiving. I don't know if I will or not. Anyway, stay tuned. All right. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.